Now the forum will hear the Voluntary National Review by St. Lucia. I invite His Excellency Shawn Edward, Minister of Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training of St. Lucia to make the presentation. Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to address this forum on behalf of the government and people of St. Lucia as Minister with responsibility for education, sustainable development, innovation, science, technology, and vocational training. St. Lucia reaffirms its unwavering commitment to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and presents our second VNR report centered around the 3 dimensions of sustainable development and the 5 core dimensions that guide the SDGs while highlighting a few of our civil society success stories. The government of St. Lucia continues to make progress towards the attainment of the SDGs, utilizing a whole of society approach, one in which the diversity of our rich culture and traditions are celebrated while simultaneously promoting voluntarism and togetherness. Accordingly, through strong partnerships, consistent collaboration with our private and public sector, and with due consideration of the particularly vulnerable amongst us in civil society, not forgetting academia, youth, and our global partners, we will continue to accelerate our progress during this decade of action, working collaboratively to ensure no citizen of St. Lucia is left behind. Our accountability is showcased in our medium-term development strategy, 2021 to 2026, continued from its predecessor by embedding the SDGs within the national planning framework, which features a resilient society guided by the theme Nutut Assam, which translates to "We are all in it together." We will continue to build on the gains we made on environmental sustainability over the years through strengthened institutional coordination and collaboration and adoption of priority policy instruments, including on climate change, oceans, biodiversity, energy, chemicals, and sustainable consumption and production. Our people are the heartbeat of our nation. Therefore, advancing social sustainability remains absolutely critical to the government and people of St. Lucia. We have a population of 180,000 people, the majority of whom enjoy a decent standard of living. With health being one of the pillars of our medium-term development strategy, we have made significant strides in the areas of disease control, health service delivery, and health infrastructure. As health sector reform accelerates, our citizens can look forward to continued improved access to modern healthcare services for a better quality of life. Quality education is one of the key elements in promoting social and human capital resilience. We enjoy gains from universal primary and secondary education and are on the verge of rolling out a comprehensive universal early childhood education program. We remain focused on advancing special needs education and technical and vocational education and training TVET, ensuring that job seekers are well trained with the relevant skills and knowledge to meet the demands of the job market. Our new Domestic Violence Act has propelled our nation towards gender inclusion and sensitivity as an integral aspect of our national development drive. We have enhanced our gender-responsive approach to development, and this is clearly articulated as a cross-cutting thematic area in our medium-term development strategy. Additionally, we have developed our National Adaptation Plan and sectoral plans with a gender-inclusive focus. However, we do have gender disparities that exist in areas such as education and employment. Post-secondary enrollment rates are higher for girls compared to boys, while the unemployment rate in the last 15 years is higher amongst females than males. A prosperous nation is a clear indication of economic sustainability and is one of the main goals of the government of St. Lucia. We have focused on strengthening our economic sector and enhancing and promoting our micro, medium, and small enterprises. For a peaceful society, St. Lucia, for a peaceful society, citizen security is fundamental to sustainable development. And this is why we have focused on improving our legislative and justice systems and access to information for all citizens of St. Lucia. We continue to partner with youth and civil society organizations, establishing long-standing and mutually beneficial relationships to ensure that all our citizens can contribute meaningfully to St. Lucia's sustainable development. We are pleased to showcase some exciting work being done on the ground. I am proud to introduce our civil society success stories in their own words. I invite you to view a video now.
In its commitment to sustainable development and leaving no one behind, St. Lucia continues to forge partnerships, build on synergies, provide opportunities, and engage in consultative processes with our public and private sectors and civil society, inclusive of youth and vulnerable groups. A people-centered approach is at the core of the development of our nation. Our SDG implementation process provides an opportunity to showcase the valuable contributions of our people. We are pleased to present our civil society success stories, and we begin with the National Council for Persons with Disabilities.
In addition to our advocacy, we believe in action, in actually implementing programs and providing our members with a tangible means of empowering themselves and in not just participating, but in leading in society. In our aquaponics facility, owned and operated by persons with disabilities, we have a project where inclusion meets innovation. At this facility, we highlight the SDGs of no poverty, zero hunger, gender equality, decent work and economic growth, and reduced inequalities. So this aquaponics facility was intended to equip persons with disabilities with the skills that they needed to lead in the green economy in climate smart, resilient agriculture.
In our quest to facilitate and promote gender equality, social inclusion, decent work, and viable livelihoods in local industries, we present the story of Anne-Marie.
I opted to go into hydroponics. With climate change, we have a reduction in rainfall, so at least I'm making the more efficient use of the water that I have. So I have a closed system, so the water is recycled, and I change every two months. So at least there's some conservation of water, no damage to the environment because there's no chemical in the water, so your microorganisms in the soil not affected, no runoff into our rivers to contaminate and to affect the marine life.
We love to see our people thrive, surpassing national boundaries, infiltrating regional and international markets. Meet Jeg, one of our successful local entrepreneurs.
But my group was more stewards of the mangrove and using it for sustainable livelihoods. Part of what I do of my success is being part of that group, and we actually go into beekeeping as part of the diversify for the sustainable of the use of especially the Makote mangrove or the importance of it, and that's where we base. So that's what we actually do now, is moving from not limited charcoal making and then move into CMOS and deep and honey production in the area. So the CMOS farming will create a nursery for juvenile fish crustacean. All of the fishermen can be gained. And actually, because of carbon, the amount of carbon in the atmosphere, we try to limit the amount of carbon because a lot of the members, that's their livelihood. So if they move into something where they could still get the same income from doing alternatives, they get less on the carbon, that would be better for us. So we try and move out from one to the next.
Community and rural development are essential to our growth. We present to you Diane.
Donation Foundation is actually an organization that works within the communities and, of course, the rural areas. One of the things that we believe in is partnership for the goals, which is SDG number 17. As no organization, no country, no government can do everything alone. We are in the community, we are on the grounds working in reference to the social ills we see in happening in society, the poverty, the youth, the elderly. We contribute basically to every single thing where there is a need and our service is required.
We continue to partner with our civil society and especially encourage our youth to actively participate in planning and policy development, capacity building, and awareness raising. They are already serving as the leaders of today.
The IRC must move for climate action.
Thank you.
I thank the Minister of Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology and Vocational Training of St. Lucia and his team.